Welcome everyone to our information session on our Integrated Master's-PhD Program in Computer Science at Ashoka University. The purpose of this information session is basically to invite applications for the Integrated Master's-PhD Program in Computer Science at Ashoka. Now, before I give you some of the key information about this program, let us first think of the context. Think of all the applications and services which you regularly use in your daily lives, such as Google search, Amazon or Flipkart, e-commerce, shopping websites, Ola, Uber for calling cabs, social media, and so on. In all of these, you can see that computer science plays a very, very major role. So these are very exciting times to start pursuing your PhD in computer science. And more and more, computer science, the role of computer science has been prevalent in in several diverse and important domains, such as healthcare, finance, smart cities, air pollution, transportation, agriculture, ecology, environment, and so on. So let us try to understand what makes computer science at Ashoka unique. Now that we have established that pursuing a computer science education, a PhD in computer science would be very meaningful for you to create innovations, because if you look at all these innovative services and applications around you, these were built by people just like you, right? So wouldn't you want to be a part of this great computer science and information science and data science revolution? So one of the important parts which is unique about computer science at Ashoka University is that one of our key goals is multidisciplinarity. Basically, we want you to engage with different disciplines that are in Ashoka or otherwise also sometimes, and you can leverage this multidisciplinary knowledge to solve real-world problems in various disciplines. It could be healthcare, like currently our faculty are working in multidisciplinary areas such as healthcare, finance, air pollution, smart cities, transportation, and so on, right? So to realize all these multidisciplinary activities and innovations, one of the things which is required is foundational computer science. That is a lot of depth as well as breadth in the core aspects of computer science. And that is why we have a tremendous amount of focus on foundational CS aspects. So doing multidisciplinary work doesn't mean that the person will not learn computer science. It's not 50% computer science and 50% of another discipline. It is that you are an expert in computer science and you are applying your knowledge in some other domain where you're collaborating with experts in the field. So it doesn't in any way take away from the foundational computer science aspects. One of the very important features of our program is that people with non-computer science background can also apply. So if you have done your bachelor's degree in biology, your BSc in biology, economics, electronics, mathematics, physics, etc., you can leverage your background in those subjects. And we will train you in computer science and prepare you for research, even if you have no prior background in computing, provided you're willing to work on it and you have some basic background in college mathematics. So once again, anybody with a background which is non-CS, as long as it satisfies basic college mathematics requirements, can apply to this program. Now, in terms of research areas, our computer science department at Ashoka focuses on core computer science research areas, And we also look at application of data science and machine learning in several different domains, such as health analytics, pollution studies, ecology, agriculture, climate change, sustainability. Interdisciplinary research areas with departments such as biology, economics, mathematics, physics, policy studies, political science, psychology, social science, etc. We have to remember this, that in today's world, we want to actually solve real problems. There are real societal problems. And multidisciplinarity is one of the essential keys to solving these kinds of problems, because it's not just computer science, it's the collaboration of computer science and the synergy established with multidisciplinary collaborations with multiple disciplines, which will lead to great success and adding value to society as a whole. So we tend to look at this in a very holistic manner. Okay. So we have currently 6 permanent faculty members and also distinguished associated faculty. Their photos are all here on the slides, you can see, right? So now I would like to talk a little bit about our School for Advanced Computing at Ashoka, which is being envisioned as the first of its kind initiative to bring this multidisciplinary vision to life. It is dedicated to instruction and inquiry of the future of computing and how it is evolving across various disciplines. In this regard, we have several centers of excellence also, which are backed by computer science. And we have identified mainly 3 research themes, which would be health analytics and trends, data analytics, and digitization and society. More recently, we'll also be adding this with learning analytics as well. So these are the research themes, and more themes will come up over a period of time, of course. So the idea here is to work horizontally and seamlessly across departments to share, and centers to share expertise and to create a new body of knowledge, to pioneer knowledge in these areas, to bring Ashoka's CS plus X vision to life. Now, we also want to lead an understanding of the social and ethical responsibilities of computing, because if you do machine learning, if you do AI, if you do various parts of computer science, what are the social implications, right? So a good example would also be what would be the social implications of cryptocurrencies, right? So we want to create overall, we want to create an immersive environment for seamless multidisciplinary collaborations through centers of excellence, as well as to various departments in Ashoka, backed by computer science department, of course. So the Sciences Park, spanning 8 acres, is being planned in our adjacent campus, and the School of Advanced Computing is going to come up next to our School for Biosciences, amongst others. So now coming to the eligibility criteria, duration, and program structure. The Integrated PhD Program requires, as its eligibility criteria, a 3-year BSc in computer science or equivalent, or a 3-year BSc in disciplines such as economics, electronics, physics, mathematics, statistics, with 55% marks or the corresponding GPA equivalent. So, as I mentioned earlier during this conversation, that you can be somebody with no prior background in computing, but as long as you have basic knowledge of basic college mathematics, you can apply to this program. You are absolutely eligible to apply to this program. Okay, especially anybody with a 3-year BSc degree in economics, electronics, physics, mathematics, and statistics with the current GPA above the threshold criteria, right? Now, the expected duration of the combined program is going to be around 6 years. So at the end of the program, a student who successfully completes the program will be awarded 2 degrees. One is an MSc by research, and the other is a PhD in computer science. Okay, so at the end of the program, once you complete it successfully, you get both an MSc and a PhD, because this is an integrated MSc-PhD program. Now, in terms of the program structure, we have basically 3 main phases. So the first phase is basically the training during the master's part of the program. Typically, it will last for about 2 years. For students who already have some prior background knowledge in computing, in computer science, it might take less than 2 years as well. It depends. That's on a case-by-case basis, of course. But in general, we expect the duration to be around 2 years. So the goal of phase 1 is to prepare the student for doctoral research by providing them breadth as well as in-depth preparation. And this breadth requirement will be satisfied by taking various courses and independent studies with 3 different faculty members in the computer science department, so that you can obtain sufficient exposure and breadth in various areas of computer science. And you will also have opportunities to carry out research. So if you think about it, in the master's stage, what we are essentially doing is training the student with appropriate depth and breadth in different foundational and core aspects of computer science, so that after the master stage is over in the first 2 years, basically the integrated master's PhD program coalesces into the regular kind of PhD program, because by then the student is adequately competent to pursue research and so on. So the breadth requirement, as I said, is fulfilled by coursework, while the research exposure is going to happen through hands-on projects undertaken with different faculty in the department. So here, you can see the program structure of the PhD program, at integrated PhD program at a glance. So basically, just to summarize, the first 2 years of the program would be the master's part for most of the students who join. And after that, it will be like a regular PhD program, where you complete your PhD qualifiers, write a proposal, defend it, and so on. So here, I would like to mention clearly that the exit option after doing MSc dissertation, this is basically not a norm, because we think of it as one integrated PhD program. This can only be granted under exceptional circumstances upon permission by the university. So that was about the basic structure of the program at a glance. And in the first 2 years, the students with some computer science background will be taught advanced level computer science courses. For others who come in with not much prior background in computing, there would be bridge courses to introduce computer science. You'll also have some opportunities to do teaching assistantships, and we'll also perform research as usual. So our admissions follows a holistic kind of approach. It's not about how much marks you got in one exam or the other. It is a more holistic approach. So basically, you need to submit the application online at our website. And in terms of assessments, we'll have a written exam, and we'll also look at your previous academic record. Using these assessments, we'll shortlist the selected candidates for interview with a panel of our faculty members, and this is mandatory. And after that, successful candidates would be notified. Okay, so this slide shows you the admissions timeline for the August 2022 intake. And as you can see, the application submission deadline is 25th April 2022. And the written exam dates and the interview dates all are given here. Okay. And the commencement date for this session would be August 22, 2022. So now coming to fees and stipend. Recall that the integrated PhD program will have a coursework requirement during the master's part. That is for 2 years, right? And after successful completion of the master's part of the program, all students will receive graduate assistantship support of rupees 35,000. That is for the graduate assistantship stipend, and 7,000 extra for accommodation. Okay. So basically, if we select you for this integrated PhD program, you will be paid a stipend for the first 2 years of the master's part as well. Okay. So, but the stipend, of course, when you enter the normal PhD program after your master's, that will become 35K. But initially also, first 2 years, you do get a reasonable stipend. Okay. We'll provide financial support to the selected candidates during the master's part. Okay. And the fees would be 12.5 thousand rupees per semester during the entire program. So now the application deadline, I would like to reiterate, is 25th April 2022 for this cycle. And if you would like to have more details of the admission process and the timeline, please do visit our website. And if you have any queries, you can always feel free to contact us at phd.cs@ashoka.edu.in. And I would like to thank everyone for their attention. And you can ask any questions, we can answer those questions. If you have any questions, once again, please drop me an email. Drop us an email at phd.cs@ashoka.edu.in. Thank you very much for your attention.